a few days after the incident, we had the RNC and their President Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, announced his decision to pick Senator J.D. Vance. So I'm just curious your response to his selection.
Look, I've known Senator Vance for many years. We worked with Tim Ryan. We did a tour through Ohio with Silicon Valley leaders to invest in places left out. But I've been disappointed with his positions. It has nothing to do with him as a person, but his positions. I believe that a woman should have the right to control her own body. We shouldn't have a ban on abortions nationwide after 6 weeks, which is his position. I disagree with him in his view that we should reduce legal immigration. I think we need immigrants to start businesses and startups and have Silicon Valley thrive. And many of the Silicon Valley leaders are supporting him also believe in increasing legal immigration. I disagree with him in terms of massive corporate tax cuts. He wants to give the wealth, people already have wealth, more tax cuts. I want to invest in places that have been left out of globalization. So we just have two very different visions for the country.
Those topics that you mentioned, are those what scare you the most about a potential second Trump presidency, or is there anything else that frightens you about that possibility?
Well, what frustrates me is that we're going to disappoint people with giving them false hope. I was in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and Franklin, Pennsylvania last week, and I introduced the modern steel bill. Here's how we have government financing with unions, with companies like Cleveland Cliffs or United Steel to build new modern steel plants in places that were deindustrialized, in places that were shafted. And that's what we should be doing in a bipartisan basis. And I worked with Republicans to do that. And we work to do that with semiconductors. We should do it with steel, aluminum, drug manufacturing. Donald Trump, though, is just going to have tax cuts. And he's just going to rail against immigration. And that's not going to put factories in Johnstown. It's not going to put factories in Franklin, Pennsylvania. So what saddens me is these folks really, they want something done. They're sick of the politicians sloganeering. They want real action. And we need to deliver. And I just don't think the Trump Vance agenda delivers.